So here we have the material that we're going to be using for the stripes on the Shelby. This is Avery Dennison Supreme Wrap vinyl. I can't remember exactly what color it's called, but it's obviously blue. This customer brought us a stripe kit that already existed for the car. So it was racing stripes the whole way down, and also the stripe on the side that says Shelby GT 350 with the like pinstripes on the side of that. The problem is the two pieces that he had, the side stripe and the top stripe, must have come from two different vendors, and they were different blues. So it was going to look very strange. And the other problem was that he really wanted the stripe to go bumper to bumper, front and rear, and cover everything in between. So even those slats on the back of the hood, around where the windshield wiper goes, it's a very complicated curve. And then down low here, wanted it to feed up inside, which some of that stuff may have been able to have been done with the decal material that he had, but it was a wet install. That material doesn't like to stretch as much as wrap vinyl does. The big problem was on the back of the car. So back here, the stripes have a small gap in the center that's probably going to avoid that, but you still have all of these curves and up around here. Very complicated piece to wrap, and with the material that he had, I just didn't think it was possible to get that to lay down with a wet install with a decal vinyl. Maybe somebody could get it, but we do way more with wrap material than we do with that kind of material. So more comfortable doing it with wrap. So we ended up just switching to a wrap material, and that's what we're gonna do these stripes with. So this is the old stripe kit. We're gonna just make sure ours matches up perfectly with this one. Yeah, this is 10 1/4, and this is 9 1/4. So this is over an inch difference. The reason for that, I don't believe that they made a mistake cutting it. I think that they probably try to take into consideration the curvature of the car. I've seen stripe kits that they'll do that, because what happens is as you're going around a car, it's not flat, and it will sort of throw the vinyl in different directions, and it will make your lines look crooked even though they're straight. In order for them to look straight, they actually kind of need to be a little bit crooked or curved in some places. So that's probably what this kit was doing. Again, we're not going to use this because this is like a sign vinyl material, and it's also a different color than the other piece. So we're going to mimic this, but what we're going to do it a little bit differently. So the hood and the roof we're going to cut on our machine. The trunk deck, the part by the tail lights, and the front bumper we're going to cut with knifeless tape, and that way we can make sure that it does look straight, similar to how this one probably is intended to be. The other thing that's interesting though is that these aren't labeled at all. Not that it's rocket science. Like this looks like the hood to me. This is probably the trunk and the rear bumper, but there's also no type of instructions or anything, no guide as to how they want you to line it up. So sometimes it's a weird guessing game. You don't know if they want you to leave a gap or if they want you to wrap around the edge of the corner. Anytime it's a kit and there's no information for it, it makes it really difficult to do an install. We're setting up for the back here. We're down to the last couple parts, and you see a bunch of tape here. So the gentleman requested that we don't take some specific parts off the car. Plus, when you get into taking things apart on things that are this old, just restored, but you never know how stuff's gonna fit back together, so we try not to do that. By taping this off, that should allow the vinyl to slide a little bit better on these ridges. So as we are installing the piece, we gotta feed it into these valleys. It's gonna be the hardest part in the car, but this tape should help us a lot.